Okay, this is Brandon Railway 6920. For the person that was on here on my live stream earlier, the answer to your question, no. The DT&I was a dummy that I had because for some reason, these cars with this engine will not go through my switches without a smaller engine. And for some reason, that engine was just too much. So anyhow, without further ado, here's the pulling power of a Tier 4 Gevo in Scale Trains DCC with sound. I am roughly around 2 on my throttle pack. Using a DCS 50 by Digitrax. Got my little Fred flashing there. And as you can see, the train goes all the way around over here. Please excuse the shakiness. I'm barely holding on to the phone. Just throttle it up a little more because we're on a straight, or not a straight, but on a level track. There's the 2 engines I had helping it earlier. The DT&I is a dummy. I had to put the first responders unit on it to get it to pull, because for some reason the DT&I just is a bit too much. I don't know if it's because of the wheels that are on it or what. And like I said, the only reason the DT&I was on it was so it could go through the switches to come from the bedroom out here and back. So here in a minute, I will add those 2 engines back to it and hopefully show it going back to the bedroom, so you can get a little bit more perspective as to how long this train is. I'm still not very high on the throttle pack. I believe when I bumped it up to 2. Maybe slightly over. This is probably about 20 miles an hour. 25 tops. So let's come in here and lean this up here like that for a second. It is now up to 2.5 on the throttle pack. So as you can see, this scale train's Tier 4 GEVO, Norfolk Southern 3616, has some pretty decent pulling power. I'm impressed. This is a fairly decent train. Those 5 cars coming up there are pretty light, but the rest of the train has some weight to it. So anyhow, I'm going to stop the train there. And it does have momentum, so it will keep pulling even after you tell it to stop. And there goes the camera. I knew it would. There we go. Throw my switch here, because what I'm going to need to do is pull our train out a little further. And if y'all can bear with me, I'm going to have to MU this one with the NS engine to be able to get it to pull back to the bedroom. And I want to do this to where it looks decent. So, I'm going to take the DT&I off because I don't care. I need to fix it. Check and make sure we're coupled up. We are not. Okay. So, this is where I hope y'all will bear with me. Make sure our train didn't uncouple. Come on. Because this last car has a Fred, it can be picky. Okay, now I got to go uncouple the Tier 4 from the front. And pull it on around. Which will take just a minute, because I can throttle her up. Nothing behind it. And the way these are oriented, I won't have to do any advanced consisting when I MU them, which is nice. Okay, make sure that switch is set. MU3 add. All right. What's wrong with you? Come on. Okay. Turn my power back on. Now I gotta wait for the engine to start back up. Okay. But we are coupled. I believe we are MU'd. Let me check. Yep. In case you missed my other video, I'll do a quick review here. Button 1 is the bell. 2 is the horn. 3 is the coupler crash. 4 is only when it's in motion, it's the dynamic brakes. 5 is not used. 6 is for the ditch lights. 7 is for the manual compressor. 8 is start up and shut down. 9 is drive hold. Drive hold is where the locomotive won't move when you notch up and it'll just sit and rev. So anyhow, see if I can get these two moving. Come on. I'll let it stop. There we go. Menu 3, add. I think that first locomotive was going the wrong way, and that's why she didn't want to move. I'm willing to place money on that now. So like I said, to get this back into the bedroom, I have to have that second locomotive. Hi, James. I was just saying that second locomotive, the 5642, has to be on here to get this back to the bedroom. Because the cars will couple up to the big engine, the black one, but they will not go through the switches without derailing. So, this Scale Trains Tier 4 GEVO will pull this entire train by itself, but it will not go through any switches, because these are number 4s. And I'll be right back. Because my train just uncoupled. Come on, couple back up. You got a train to pull. Come on. There we go. So, like I said, once I get some number 6 switches, this train will run much smoother, and I will be able to run just a standalone engine with a consist like this. Hey, Corey. So this is like a 34 car consist. Yeah. And like I said, that Tier 4 GEVO from Scale Trains will pull this entire thing by itself. It just does not like to go through the switches without derailing. So we'll slide this camera on around here, because I need to watch the front of my train now to make sure I don't encroach on the switch up here, because I'm going to have to throw that here in a second to show you the full extent of the track that I have. In fact, I will go ahead and get up and make sure that's thrown right now. There we go. Now I just have to kind of sit back so I can keep an eye on my controller in case anything stupid happens. Because in model railroading, that's been known to happen, especially here. So like I said, The only reason 5642 is on there is to help get through the switches. Other than that, the Tier 4 pulls this train just fine. And something stupid just happened, as you can see. So, what have we got? Coupler height is off just a bit. That might be the problem. So, I appreciate y'all bearing with me on this, because, like I said, it always runs fine until somebody's watching. Or until somebody's here. There is a 2% bubble, or 2-degree bubble, right about where that engine's at right now. So it also kind of needs that extra little help to get over that. Oh. It was pulling a 28-car train the other day, no problems. In fact, yeah, I'm not willing to give those up just yet. In fact, I might test it here in a minute. The Tier 4 was not really pulling. It was just kind of moving along. And this engine here, come on, is pretty much pulling the train by itself. But come on, stop being picky, dang it. People are watching. Alright, I'm gonna have to help this out here for a second. There we go. A little bit of a coupler height difference on that grade. Probably is the reason why it's giving me fits. There's those cars you like, James. Rest of my day's been fairly decent. I didn't have too many problems this morning. I've been having a lot of health issues in the mornings. So, haven't had much of that today, which is good. Of course, I'm back on regular meds again. And the back of our train is finally through the switch and coming back towards the bedroom, so I'm going to stand up and give you guys an idea. Train is just about to come out back there. Snakes all the way through here. Through the switch. And down to here. So anyhow, you can see I got my track that comes down into here, under there, around the back of the chair, through there, and over to here. So anyhow, I have to sit down and turn my train off because 2 of my cars just derailed. Or I can just do that. To give you an idea as to what my issues are here. Okay. To give you an idea as to what my issues are here. Small switch, big cars. So, that's why I have issues with these tracks. And I try to run smaller trains. But anyhow, I gotta get going because one of my friends is calling me off the hook. So anyhow, nice. Well, hey, I'll show you real quick, Corey. I got a display case from one of my train buddies for free. So I've got this, and on top of it is my N scale layout. And this is not all of my locomotives. This is only maybe 70%. I have about another 20 locomotives. So I need to have another shelf made for this. Oh. Well, maybe it'll come through on the replay. Yeah. It should come through on the replay because my friend tried calling me. And I've never had that happen before because this is a new phone. So anyhow, this is Brandon Railway 6920. I hope the end of this video shows up on a replay. If not, I'll redo it later.